Welcome to our program. Today, CTV-13 is on location at Port Meadville Airport, and with me I have three gentlemen. One on my right, Bob Lyjak, who is going to be doing some acrobatics. Is that the proper term?
We normally call it aerobatics, but acrobatics is a good word for it, too.
Okay, fine. And we'll talk to you in just a moment, Bob. Also here we have Al Lowther.
Hello, Dottie.
Hi, Al. Al's a local pilot, owner of Atco Tool and Die.
Well, one of the owners, anyhow.
All right, and will be talking with us as we watch Bob do some flying. Also, we have Dave Andrews, who is public relations with Skyline Aviation. Am I correct?
That's correct, Dottie. It's nice to be with you today.
These gentlemen are working very hard on the air show, which is staged annually in Meadville, and I understand you brought Bob in as a part of the air show.
That's correct. He's going to be our feature act both Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, fine. Now, the program will be airing after the air show, so we need to give some information about Bob and find out where you're from, Bob, and let's get some particulars about you. What your job is in the wintertime.
Well, I make my home in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I'm a professor of mathematics and computer science at the University of Michigan Dearborn campus during the fall and winter, and I fly air shows during the summer for about 5 months of the year.
All right. Is this a hobby with you? You have to enjoy it.
Well, I do enjoy it, but it is a profession, and I do work for hire, as a matter of fact.
Bob, are there many folks doing the kind of stunts that you do?
Well, there are not as many airshow pilots as there are acrobatic pilots. The acrobatic movement is pretty wide range nowadays in the country, and they have sport flying clubs, and they have competitions annually and all over the country, as a matter of fact. But I would say that there are perhaps 20 of us who identify ourselves as professional airshow pilots whose means of income is to entertain people on Sunday and Saturday afternoons at such places as here at Meadville.
All right, and we have such a beautiful day today to film some of your flying. And now you flew in here from Michigan?
That's correct, this morning.
How long have you been flying, Bob?
Oh, that's a tough question. 17 years, I believe.
How long have you been doing the aerobatics?
Well, the aerobatics I've been doing 16 and a half years, but professional air show work I've been doing for 14.
You got right into it then. When you started to fly, you went all the way.
Well, my intention in learning to fly, my first airplane ride was an aerobatic one, a demonstration, and that was really my purpose in learning how to fly.
All right. Al, I know you've been talking with Bob here and finding out about some information about some of the things he's been doing. Now, I know you've been flying for a few years.
Right, Dottie. I believe this is our 4th year of doing shows with you on the air shows here. And every year, fortunately, I've come to you. I've had a new rating. I just recently got my Model I engine rating. Next year, I hope to be instructors. And as he said, acrobats in the air are common, but not to the precision at which Bob will do them. It's part of learning. You have to do spins, and then of course you kind of get built up and want to learn some of these other things, and so you will do them occasionally, or at least once in your life, in your flying life. But no way would I want to trade my flying for Bob's.
Okay, that was my next question, was would you be interested in trying some of the things that he does?
No, I'm not as close to the ground as he does. They always say that the air is all forgiving, and so when I go climb high, 5,000 feet or something, and do spins or loops or something, it's really no risk. And but when you do them right over the end of off the top of the runway, why that scares me.
Okay, all right. Now, was there a special school or training that you can go to learn aerobatics, or?
Well, nowadays there are, because as I mentioned, there are so many people who are interested in it. So some of what we call a fixed base operator who runs a normal flight school might also have an instructor who is versed in aerobatics and might give dual instruction in it. When I started, you had to get close to someone who already did it, and he had to take an interest in you and perhaps give you some advice, but dual instruction as such I've never really had, and so we're very fortunate nowadays that people don't have to start out that way. It's not really a recommended method of learning aerobatics by yourself. The learning process is really the most dangerous one. So yes, there are a number of schools throughout the country that teach aerobatics now.
Bob, do you fly in competition?
I used to. And I no longer do. I merely now specialize in the entertainment business, which I might point out. My strongest motivation, the reason I do this, is I do enjoy entertaining people, and I do find that people are entertained by this kind of flying, and it's a sort of a demonstration as to what you can do with an airplane if you're sufficiently practiced at it, and I hope the people here at Meadville enjoy the show.
I'm hoping that our cameramen don't drop their cameras when you're performing some of these things. Let's find out something about your plane.
Okay, the airplane itself, first of all, it was built in 1929.
Oh, so it goes back a few years.
It goes back a few years. As a matter of fact, as many as I do. I've always claimed that a new airplane can make a fool out of an old man just like a young girl can. The airplane, as a matter of fact, has tremendous history to it. I understand the movie The Great Waldo Pepper has not come to town here yet, but when you do get a chance to see it, it's an enjoyable film, and they discuss a certain maneuver called an outside loop, and the fact that it was never done in those days. And the fact of the matter is that it was precisely this model of aircraft which executed that maneuver for the first time in the United States in 1928. And the airplane, from the day of its building, namely this model, was immediately snapped up by the great aerobatic pilots of the 30s and the racing pilots. It was used both for racing and for aerobatics in those days. And many other flyers in the 30s made their name in the Waco taper wing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about the colors? And I see some insignias on them. Is there any particular significance with this?
Yes, I happen to be Polish, and that is what is known as a Polish eagle. That particular design was selected as the commemoration of 1,000 years of Christianity, and that's, as a matter of fact, my trademark. And I think in these days when everyone seems to hide from his ethnic background, I just like to show mine.
Right. Okay, and I know that this is on the top of the plane as well.
That's right.
All right,
That's so you can see it when when I'm inverted.
Okay, when you're inverted, we'll have to look for that insignia. Okay, what are you going to do now before you take off? Anything in particular in preparation here?
Well, I'm going to have someone stand by the aircraft because I do not have a starter, and so I have to use what we call an Armstrong starter, and that's by yanking on the propeller with my hands, which is just similar to starting well, as a matter of fact, a lawnmower. And it works exactly on the same principle. And then I will have to put my parachute on, belt myself in, don my helmet and goggles, and head that way and do the show.
You do fly with a helmet on?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay, and a parachute.
And the parachute.
All right,
yes.
that makes me feel much better because I have a feeling we're in store for some real thrills.
Well, of course, I use the parachute for a cushion because I won't be high enough to ever
Do you
make
use
use
it,
of
right? Well, maybe it just makes us feel better knowing you have one on. Okay, we'll let you go ahead and get started, and I'll talk with these gentlemen, and we'll watch for your maneuvers.
Okay, Dottie?
Okay.
Very nice talking with you.
Nice talking with you, Bob. He's going to start the plane. Let me get in the middle here between you two fellas. Dave, let's find out who it is that sponsors the air shows here annually.
All right, this is a joint venture that we go into every year with the city. Skyline Aviation, we're the fixed base operator here on the field. And we provide the ground handling for the airplane owners from Meadville here. And it's a big project. We've been working on this one this year since first meeting was January. First week in January, and we've been working on it ever since, and so it's quite a job and quite a project and something that we're quite proud of every year.
Okay, and Al, I know from past years that you have tremendous crowds out here for the air show.
Very large, and I think that they have been building every year, and without a doubt, with the special attractions this year, being an air show rather than an aviation days, I'm sure it will be much more highly attended.
Okay, we're going to watch for Bob taking off.
very noisy. Some of the another aircraft that we'll have here for the show is that Chipmunk, the Havilland Chipmunk, which is more of a graceful, more thought of as an aerobatic type airplane, where some of the stunts that this plane does are just unbelievable. With the tremendous amount of smoke and noise that it makes, it's exciting.
Step out here where we're going to step out to the front where we can see his aerobatics. That helmet that he put on was little more than a thin piece of cloth. I thought he meant a helmet type helmet.
That's just to keep his hair from blowing away. You noticed he wasn't bald, so
Right.
he would be if he hadn't have worn this all these years.
Dave, you mentioned that the plane here is noisy and that this is typical. I'm afraid we didn't hear you before when you were telling me.
Right. The true excitement of this aircraft is that because of its size, it's not probably thought of to be a real aerobatic type airplane. But it's tremendously noisy, it's big, it does a tremendous amount of moves, different types of aerobatic moves. And also, as I think we'll see here, some impressive amount of smoke from his smoke machine that will be evidenced to everybody here as well.
It's clean smoke though. It's not air. It's not air pollution. And the other thing, just before this show, I took Dottie and two of the cameramen up for a ride, and there was four of us in the airplane, and it was a 150 horse engine.
It was a beautiful ride.
Oh, thank you. But just to point out, there's only one person in this, and it's a 350 horse engine. So
He's got a lot of power there. We have lost contact with him or lost sight of him because he's going back, but I think on takeoff we'll be going right into maneuvers.
right, as soon as he takes off, he plans to roll before he breaks very far above the ground, probably 25, 50 feet above the ground. He'll take off and have a roll on initial takeoff.
Okay, we'll let you explain as we come into these, because as a pilot perhaps you can explain, when he's accelerating and that sort of thing.
We should be able to hear him accelerate when he turns around at the other end of the runway. He'll fire it up and start steaming down the runway. I feel that when he breaks over the hill right here, he'll be in the air, and he's planning on doing his roll right at the intersection, then going up and doing what they call an inside Cuban 8, and we'll have to see that when he does it.
Okay, now, did you say beforehand he's taking off in the opposite direction or taking off into the wind? Did I hear that mentioned?
Oh, well, normally you take off into the wind. It helps develop lift. The wind happens to be the same way he is going today, which is you don't take off that way. But with this piece of machinery, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, all right, so we can kind of watch for that. How far down does he have to go? How long is the runway?
The runway here that he is using is 4,100 feet long.
Okay.
And I've seen some pretty nice-sized jets land on that, Grumman's 2s and Lyjaks, and some very good-sized aircraft can come in here.
You really are equipped to handle the larger aircraft coming into Meadville.
Yes, we are. It's part of our job here really is to serve much of the local industry. Talon people, Montgomery Ward's people, Sunbeam Equipment, all have aircraft. ABEX that have local companies that have aircraft that land here regularly that they use to conduct their business with, and therefore we have to be prepared to handle this type of equipment.
I think annually at the air show too, you bring in a lot of other planes that so that viewers can come out and look over the aircraft and see what is available.
Right, very definitely. We will have displays of different types of equipment here. military aircraft, private aircraft, larger twin-engine aircraft, all types of aircraft, helicopters, gliders, everything there is to see in aviation.
As well
will
as
be
plane
here.
rides.
Right, plane rides, and something unusual this year will be glider rides as well.
Could we hear him rev?
Right, he's on the roll right now. He'll be breaking over the hill here, almost probably about here's where you should be able to see him.
Okay.
I've been wrong before though.
So we can alert our cameraman to be prepared. I can hear him coming. There he
Okay,
comes.
there he is. Now, there he is on the 4-point roll on takeoff. He's upside down over on the other side. Now, he's going to dive it back down, try to get some airspeed here, and he's going to pull it up and do an inside Cuban 8, which is basically a
Look at
roll.
him.
Straight
Oh,
up,
look at him climb.
straight up, over on his back, inverted completely. Coming back down, it is coming right, rolling over, inverting. He's upside right now, heading the opposite way. Bob Lyjak, and now he goes into just a climbing hammerhead turn
With the smoke trailing.
with smoke coming out of there. Yes, he's not on fire, nothing to worry about.
Fantastic. Upside down. You see the wheels right up in the air.
And most of all, you can see that Polish
Right,
eagle,
insignia on there.
Polish
right.
eagle. I'm Polish and
Now when he
proud of
comes
it.
back down, how close to the ground is he, Al?
He's about 50 feet there at his lowest point.
He's right side up. I don't believe it. Not for long.
Not for long, no. Now here he goes over again, upside down. We call this a hammerhead. We call this a hammerhead turn. They're a hammerhead stall. Upside down, he's going to do the same thing, doing a hammerhead. See, when he hammerheads, it right straight up, then he falls it over. Now, the airplane is
almost stopped.
Completely stopped. Now he's back right at us now, diving down for speed now.
How fast is this plane going out?
Well, he's going from anywhere to 150 to 30 miles an hour.
And he's at what? Maybe 150 feet off the ground?
Right.
At
That pass right there, he's probably about 75 feet off the ground. Now he's...
This white cloud that we see in
Okay,
the
now
air
here we
system.
hammerhead
Okay.
stall. We turn right over and head right back down.
Oh, he takes my breath away.
You didn't want to ride like that, you said, though.
Looking very smooth now as he goes through. Ooh,
Snap
roll it
roll,
right over.
snap roll, double snap roll. Now he's going to brake for a climb to shut off his smoke.
See him shut off the
He's gonna
smoke.
climb out of here.
About how high will he be climbing? Do you have any idea?
No, I don't think he'll be climbing too high. What he's going to do is just climb up about 200 or 300 feet, maybe 500, and
Give him height and
just to give him
a little
height
bit of
so that when he
cushion?
comes down, he can do a build a speed. Is what he's looking for here.
He shut off the smoke and he's out and circling back. This has got to be a beautiful day to try to film this too. The skies are very clear.
Just perfect.
And we have to say thanks to Bob too, because he changed the location of his stunts so as to accommodate our
Right,
television cameras.
Very accommodating. All right, this next maneuver I think is going to be a cobra roll. You'll have to see this to believe it.
Here comes more smoke.
Right. Now here's a cobra roll.
Straight up. Oh. 3,
How would you like to do that?
4. That looks like
That's-
a plane in trouble.
Right. It,
Oh,
it
my
really does,
heavens.
doesn't it? That is a
And
wild
straight
maneuver.
Down, straight down.
That's a cobra roll. You don't see too many of them do that and walk away from them.
Wow. That looks like all the movies that you see of a plane in absolute trouble going on its way down.
Just got shot.
Right, now he's going back up. He turns that thing on a dime.
Right.
Right back
This
down
again
there.
is his hammerhead turn.
Right back through his own smoke. Now he's coming down almost onto the...
Okay, now he's going to do a loop. And here we go around. No, I'm sorry. This is a tail slide. The airplane's going up. It's stopping now. Actually stopping and sliding right back down into his own smoke. See that?
Wow.
Now nose down and around we go.
This is just one of the shows at the air show.
Have you ever seen a tail slide before in your life?
I have never seen anything like this, period.
Okay, he's going into a hammerhead turn here again. He gains max altitude this way until the airplane actually stops flying and just kicks it over and come on down. And now, watch him. Keep your eye on him. Very close to the ground now. 25 feet. We go into a loop. And one nice thing about that smoke, if you make some mistakes, you can see them, and I haven't seen any.
He makes those loops and comes right down to what? Maybe
That was about 25 to 50 feet there.
off the ground.
Okay,
Right,
now
he's out. He must be climbing again. He shut his
right. He's
shut his smoke
climbing,
on.
and he'll be coming back. He just has to
This
go out here to get him
that-
set up.
This is something the spectators can enjoy because he stays so very close, and you don't really have
Right,
to
he
worry
goes
about siding the plane.
one way to the other side, one side to the other, doing maneuvers. He doesn't keep flying way out and coming back. Of course, if you've seen the big jets do these things that the Blue Angels fly, they have to go around because they're so fast. But
This is really thrilling, though. I mean, to see him, actually see him make the
I'm
turns.
sure, Dottie, we could get you in the seat some way with him. Or maybe
No,
Dave?
thank you. I don't mind flying with you, but this kind of stuff I'm not ready for, Al. All right, he's made a nice, neat pass back through.
Setting up a little bit of smoke out here, isn't he?
Right. It is amazing to me how he can shift just from one point to another. You know, a point for him to do his stunts really makes no difference to him.
No, it makes no difference. So he sets it up where it is in best view of the people. Now, coming back around here, before he gets there, it was amazing to me as to what his occupation really is.
Right, right. Professor of mathematics.
Yes.
And computer science
And computer
at
science.
University of Michigan.
It's unbelievable. I think that someone that flies like this would have to do it every day.
This is Bob.
But of course, he flies every weekend, no doubt, during the winter.
This is Bob Lyjak, who does the aerobatics. And
Now, he said he'd be coming down past here, and just to keep our eyes on him, and we're going to see now what he is going to up to. I really don't know.
oh, I can see the plane is rolled over. It's
Oh,
in
hey,
front
he's
of-
upside down, coming down, right down around. Oh, no, he's not going to land it that way, I hope.
I hope not. Right down the runway.
And the Polish Eagle
Now
would be
this has
upside
no
down.
this has no bubble on the top.
No,
it's
it's an
hanging
open
upside
cockpit.
down.
The doors are open and
Oh,
his hands are hanging out.
Flying the plane with no hands.
No hands and hanging out, upside down. Now he rolls her back over, and it's been a tremendous display by Bob Lyjak. He'll be
Beautiful.
be on the ground in a few minutes.
I
Maybe
think
we
he's
can talk to
going
him
to
some
come
more.
right around and land and then come back.
Correct.
What keeps him in the plane when he's flying upside down?
Well, fear of flying out.
I think he must hang on very tightly with his feet or
No,
something.
he's strapped in very well, but he didn't use the seat belts that we use.
Here
He's
comes
got
some-
regular seat belts. Now this is just called a slip. He's side slipping this airplane because he was high there just to get it in on the runway. Seems simple enough.
That is fantastic.
Your try next.
He is unbelievable. Let's go back this way. I have a feeling he's going to pull his plane right up here. So we'll go back this way, and then we can talk with Bob Lyjak when he gets back on the ground.
One thing that might be worthwhile mentioning, though these maneuvers all look quite dangerous and maybe rather reckless, we do have been working with the Federal Aviation Administration. We have an inspector here today that watches over this whole operation and makes sure that all our airport traffic, our regular traffic, has been diverted to other airports or has put in patterns holding right now while this demonstration has been going on. And it's done in under very strict safety conditions.
Okay, fine. And we know that he will be flying out there on the runway, too, where the people will be nice and safe in watching him.
That's correct.
Actually, Dottie, when I first started learning how to fly, they stressed safety all the time. And I thought, gee, how am I going to have any fun? But they teach you, not all these maneuvers, but probably 3/4 of them in flying, so that then you know how to handle yourself in under any condition. In case you get into high turbulence and you would find yourself upside down, what do you do? And also,
Call or help.
right, and if the trouble is, see, you're the only one, and so as a result, learning to fly is a lot more fun than what I thought it was going to be, because they kept saying safety, safety, safety. Yet they take me up and teach me how to do spins, but it's in case an airplane would get in a spin on me, and then I would know how to handle the situation.
Okay, I can hear Bob's
Right, he's
Bob's
taxiing back
plane.
now.
He's taxiing back up the runway. Not sure. Yes, I think we have him in sight now.
350 horse taper wing Waco.
Made in 1929.
I think it's had a little bit of work done on it since then, though.
That's beautiful, and there's no, most airplanes that you fly in nowadays are completely encased and no windows open or anything, and here this fella is climbing in with something out of the 1930 type movies where you expect everything with the scarf, the goggles and helmet.
Aviation has come a long ways, but look at that airplane and what they've done. Why, you wonder what they really have improved on them. There are, like you say, though, you're now enclosed in a nice cockpit. They have the heaters and everything now.
One thing now that you mentioned to me, and I don't think the viewers could hear it, when we were talking about the fact that he put the parachute on, I said that made me feel much better knowing he had a parachute on.
Well, that's nice if you feel that way, but a parachute is ineffective below 1,000 feet in the air, and he was never 1,000 feet in the air. The only thing, why, I guess it's a law that they have to wear it when they do acrobatics, but it would do him no good. So that keeps him flying good.
Okay, he's going to bring the plane right up here, and we'll have a chance to talk to Bob Lyjak, expert in aerobatics. He's going to pull up around and shut it off, and we'll have a chance to talk some more with Bob.
Congratulations, Bob.
Fantastic.
Nice job.
Thank you, well.
That was fantastic.
And I hope you old folks all come now.
Right, we'll be here. That's marvelous, Bob. One thing I want to find out is what keeps you in the plane when you're flying upside down?
I hang on real good.
That's amazing. Now, you have perfected all of these. You perform every weekend or during the week?
Every weekend, as a matter of fact, sometimes on 3 days of the weekend, depending on the size of the show and the length of the show.
Where will you be going after you leave Meadville?
Good question. As a matter of fact, I have a show in Detroit City, my hometown.
So you'll be flying straight back to Detroit.
That's
then.
right. And then Ottumwa, Iowa is after that, and then another place in Monroe, Michigan, and then I'm in South Carolina, and then I go to Minot, North Dakota.
Fantastic. It must be exciting. I hope it's as exciting for you as it is for us as spectators, because you sure are breathtaking.
Well, it's a lot of fun.
Now, do you fly often in the wintertime? I mean, with something like this and the precision that it requires, I think you'd have to fly continuously.
Well, actually, I don't do any aerobatics during the winter, but I also have multi-engine ratings and instrument rating, and flying is my business, and I do manage to fly modern aircraft during the winter and perfect that part of my flying.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Bob, once again, let's find out where your hometown is and the kind of plane that you're flying.
Ann Arbor, Michigan, and the Waco Taper Wing, built in Troy, Ohio in 1929.
All right, it is breathtaking, and I hope that you return to Meadville again another year.
Well, thank you. It's been nice being here already, and I'm sure the next 2 days are going to be tremendous.
All right, we've been talking and have been thrilled by Bob Lyjak, who is doing the aerobatics at the air show. And we've also been talking with Al Lowther, local pilot and gentleman who handles the commentary during the air show, and always a delight to talk to him. We've been very pleased to meet Dave Andrews, who is Public Relations Director for Skyline Aviation. Again, the air show is held annually at Port Meadville Airport, a joint operation of the Skyline Aviation and the Meadville City. Join us at another time and see what we have of interest for you.